It's time to get beyond the drill bit with Beneath the Surface.
My name's Andrew Bieber. I'm one of our hosts. You may know Kyle Cobal as well. He's not hanging out with us for this episode. If you missed the last episode, then you don't know yet that we met Chris Soliday, the DWS procurement coordinator. Go check that one out. He's outdoorsman, fitness advocate, Penn State graduate, an adventure seeker, kind of a cool guy. And really the whole point of this episode is to get to know more folks who work at Deepwell. Let's get a quick intro from each of y'all. Cameron, you want to start us off?
My name's Cam Edel. I'm Texas General Manager. I've been with Deepwell for actually a little over 5 years now. Time has flown. Let's just say that, but in a really, really good way. Love my time here at Deepwell. Been in the industry for over 20 years now. Snubbing, that is, a little bit longer, just in the patch in general. It's kind of what I'm built on. So I've been there, done that, a lot of different stuff in the field, and then now have been managing snubbing companies since 2007. Got to say, Deepwell is one of the best companies that I've ever worked for. No question about that.
I'm Joel Polleschultz. I'm the Haynesville Regional Manager here in East Texas. I've been with Deepwell right under a year. I started in February of 2023 before the Haynesville office had opened. So I'm fortunate that I've gotten to see the Haynesville operation from the time we were just a leased building until we got the staff here and got everything started up here in East Texas. I've been on the drilling side, so I've spent 25 plus years on the drilling side worked for 3 different drilling companies.
Now, would you say that Deepwell is the best company you've ever worked for?
I would. I love the culture at Deepwell. It's always exciting, and definitely Deepwell is. The vibe here is exceptional.
It really is great to be a part of. What does a typical day in the life look like, for a regional manager? What kind of stuff are y'all getting up to day to day? You come in at 9, you leave at 5. What happens in that span?
Well, we don't wait to come in at 9, but usually in the morning I've got a set agenda on things I want to accomplish, and the nature of the business is 24 hours. We don't always know what's going to walk through the door. Main focus is, number one, safety, care for our people. And then profitability is something that we look at every day. Is are we returning the cash that we need to from an operational standpoint? But a typical day is I've always said is the oil field's a great place to work for manic depressive. If you don't know what you're going to do during the day and you get bored with routine, this is a great place to be in this regional manager role. The fun part is every day I get to come in here and make a difference in someone's day. We've got the best in the business when it comes to field personnel, from our mechanics to our superintendents to our fleet department.
When I'm sitting here clacking away in the software world, I don't really quite know exactly what field and operations related necessarily covers. You want to clarify a little bit on that?
Yeah, from anything that's going to happen out in the field that's dealing with customer issues or opportunities, to how do we connect resources within Deepwell. It may be that our team at our corporate office in Pennsylvania is needing information and we're able to disseminate it out to the field, or vice versa. We're the connector between the field and corporate office, Deepwell, and our customers, community. So it's a little bit of everything comes through this role.
Yeah, Joel said it very well. It is one of these things. It's a super interesting job, given that we're dealing with multiple departments, right? It's about making sure that the ops and safety and maintenance teams and business development teams are all coordinating their work and jobs, and ultimately providing, the top tier service that we provide in the field for our customers. Really, what it is. So I'm making that sound really simple, but there's a lot of different processes that go in between each one of those departments, and the communication of those processes between each of the departments. For Joel and I, it's a matter of really making sure that all of our teams are kind of playing in the sandbox together and doing a great job at it. And honestly, it's fun. It's a super interesting job. Very dynamic.
We've learned a little bit about what you all do in your day-to-day at work. What about in your spare time? Cam, I'll let you go first this time. Hobbies, collections, groups, organizations, what are you up to?
I'm a guy that's all about, I would say, adrenaline and speed. All my life as a kid, whether it's on a skateboard, snowboard, a bike, motocross, and then of course, once you got old enough, it was then moved on into cars and want as much horsepower as possible in your cars and that type of stuff. Yeah, so that's a big thing for me. I love it. Yeah, and unfortunately, work life and whatnot, I don't get to do the downhill mountain biking that I'd love to do, or as much snowboarding as I used to do in the past. But again, it's still a passion of mine. I love those type of sports. Yeah, am I getting a little bit too old to be risking the bones and the skin that's wrapped around them? Yeah, probably. But I'm not going to let that go until I can. So, but yeah, that's a big one for me. Yeah, so love tinkering in the garage. It's a very relaxing way for me to I guess turn down to say at the end of the night. That by far is probably the biggest thing that I love to do.
Adrenaline junkie. So Joel, I'm guessing you do rock collecting and model train building to counter out Cam's hobbies.
I don't have any sedentary hobbies like that. I don't have the patience for either of those. I like to be moving. I like to be active. I've got 3 kids, and now that the kids are older, some of my interest, cars and things that are mechanical and finance and how to make money, I've been able to share with the kids. So it's that's fun. And the hobbies have revolved around the family, which I'm investing time in that. I know that I'll have my older years to do whatever I want to and be selfish with my time.
So lots of family-centric hobbies. Definitely appreciate that. Cam's over there with his one fur child, Ruckus.
One is enough. That's all I need. Yeah. One.
Stuff. What kind of goals and plans do you guys have for Haynesville and Texas in 2024?
Haynesville, our goal is we want to get to 4 rigs operating over here. Not only 4 rigs, but to capture a majority of the market share for hydraulic completion units. So we're seeing some of the majors transition away from this area. It's a technical area to work in and produce. We want to have first shot at all of the work that comes out, meaning we want to be available, and we also want to have the infrastructure set up. So first step is get to 4 units, and then we want, if whoever buys Chevron's acreage, if they're running 4 units or 5 units, we want first pick at that, whether it's we have all the work or we've got a shot at it and we're positioned to capture it. So that's big picture. That's where we want to be in 2024. We want to be the premier player in that. We've got the team here. We've got a reputation here already.
Joel and I, and the rest of the managers, of course, share a lot of those same goals too. Yeah, so maybe add to Joel's. We've got a bigger year planned for the Permian Basin. It's going to be similar to 2023 with a decent size increase. So we're looking forward to that. The biggest thing for me is, we've Joel and I, we basically have in the state of Texas have 11 rigs currently right now. And Joel and I basically have these rigs floating wherever the work is located. So the biggest thing for me right now is a couple things. One, keeping our service quality higher than our competitors. So it's going to be a challenge basically to keep them at bay and keep leading the charge. We've got technology they do not have. So in order to keep doing that, of course, we need to grow our people in the field. So that's one, getting the promotions that we require in order to build more crews in the field, and doing it at a level to which they can provide that same high level of service quality to our customers.
This is a question specifically for Cam. What has been the biggest factor for you in staying at Deepwell?
I came down from Canada in 2018. I was doing much the same thing in Canada. I was actually managing a snubbing company up in Canada, which was a great experience, but let's just say a more difficult experience working in the Canadian oil and gas market. Coming down to the United States, it's just been a breath of fresh air, being able to year over year grow and basically being able to take, I said, started with 1 rig in 2018 and we're up to 11 rigs here in the Permian Basin. So if I'm going to brag about something and be happy about something, that is exactly it. Being able to be in an industry that is continuously growing, that is so fulfilling. That would probably be the one major reason why I'm staying at Deepwell. And of course, just the team in general. The team is amazing. We definitely, no question, hands down, one of the best snubbing company in the world. I'd be willing to wager a lot of money on that. And we've got the best people in the snubbing industry here at Deepwell.
Yeah, there's definitely something to be said about being part of a company that's actually growing and improving, and you can see, the fruits of your labor actually happening, rather than sort of just watching a stock price tick up and down or something like that. To actually point at something tangible and say, hey, this is growth that I helped create, and that's really cool. So I get that. That's definitely a high value factor. What brought you initially to Deepwell? So you kind of touched on this a little bit when you were going through your background, but how about I have you elaborate a little bit on what specifically brought you here?
Sure. So the culture here, I've never seen the type of culture we have here, in that it's easy to do business here and make decisions. Second, I met Cam, I met Brian Levan. I thought, these guys are easy to work with, and these are the guys I want to hang out with and work with. And it's that common competitive thing that I don't know anybody at Deepwell that's not competitive. If every department we've got, if you look through, our VP of technology, Morgan O'Brien, worked for an operator, worked for XTO. I actually knew Morgan back when he was at Pennsylvania General Energy as this little bitty brand new engineer sitting in a cubicle. And I thought, these are the types of people that Deepwell has brought on. And you put a lot of highly capable people together and give them the freedom and authority to grow and dream up plans. Since I've been here, I've had a lot of bad ideas, and people gently nudge me back into the path, but they've not said don't follow that idea. It's, hey, come up with your own solution, and then bring the team in with it, and understand, all right, if we dream it up, we can deliver it. Kim mentioned the growth. The oil field's not growing right now. If you look at drilling contractors, frac companies, name one industry that has a ton of growth. And as I was doing my research, I looked at it, and from the snubbing world or hydraulic completion unit world, we're needed. Our services are needed. Stick pipe is needed. As the laterals continue to go out further, there's no other industries that are growing as fast as our line of service work. That combined with the appetite and desire for technology. So the idea of, we've got some great engineers, we've got foresight and all of the analytics we can add in when you think of how do we add technology into a technology that's been around a while. We're in the pole position to do it.
This last question I'll give to both of you, and we'll let Joel start off first this time. How has Deepwell helped shape you into the leader you are today? Deepwell,
since I've been here, the teams here have been exceptional. If I've got a question or need a solution, or if I could be off target a little bit, I could have a good idea but not know how to get it grounded, somebody who's always stepped up and said, hey, have you thought about this? I've never been at a place here where I felt like I'm out on my own, and I can shoot a text or pick up the phone, and usually somebody either picks up or shoots a note back, and we're able to connect resources and move forward. Historically, as a leader, it's sometimes you feel like you're isolated and out, kind of standing out there exposed. At Deepwell, there's not exposure. I'm getting phone calls and texts from early in the morning from Sabo or whoever saying, hey, think about this, keep your head up. If we've had a bad day or gone through a rough spot or have a challenge we're working on, the team, that everybody's rallied around me, and vice versa. We're able to work together and collaborate.
I'd say, we've talked quite a bit about culture today, and I think that if I would say something that is, Deepwell has helped develop me and change me into a better manager, I would say that. Basically finding ways to, one, maintain culture and improve it and get to know your staff. It's not all about me sitting in this chair managing and looking at a laptop and managing via this kind of view. It's more about getting out, getting your boots on, going out to see staff, whether it's in the shop or the field, talk to them, ask questions, how they're doing, what are their challenges in their day-to-day kind of work life, how can I make it better? And then, of course, backing it up and actually making a change for those employees and creating long-lasting relationship. And that's probably the biggest one that I've learned from my past managerial experiences to now here at Deepwell.
That does it for our official questions. Now we're on to the lightning round. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Quiz number 1. What day was the Haynesville grand opening? Oh, man. All right. We've got July 26, 2023. That is the correct answer. One of you answered June 25th, 2023. Incorrect. So one of y'all got a point so far. And Cam knows it was him. All right. Here we go. Number 2. When was the Bucky chain founded? Founded. When was Bucky's? We're talking about Bucky's. When was Bucky's founded? You got 1970, 1982, 92, and 2001. All I know is I've been seeing that Bucky's billboard since I was a little kid driving down I-10. Cam knew that one. Joel did not. All right, off to an early lead.
That was a guess, but I got it.
Can you name the city that Bucky's originated in?
Oh, shit.
Somewhere in Texas. Is it Clute, Mission, Waco, or Cedar Hill?
First one was in Seguin. I don't know where the... Was it Clute?
Mission. Didn't quite get your guess in time, looks like.
Nope, I did not. All
right, number 4. Why was downtown Kilgore known as the world's richest acre? It was known as the City of Stars. The Bucky chain originated there. Lou de la Creme, number 1, came in with more than 20,000 barrels of crude oil and once stood the greatest concentration of oil wells in the world.
As I click, it says time out. Oh my god.
Oh, dang, you thought just a little too long. Wouldn't have guessed Bucky's originated there. Would have made it the richest acre ever, but that's definitely on the theme.
Joel got it.
All right, Joel got one, but he's still not quite going to pass Cam. What is the English translation for HCU 21? Teufelhunden. Strong dog, loyal dog, devil dog, hungry dog. Devil dog. That'll do. My German is not very good. All right, there we go. You both got it, but who got it faster? Did it make a difference? Cam is still in the lead. I don't know if Joel can make it up in the final question, but let's see it. Number 6. Which facility has the most bathrooms? Permian or Haynesville?
I finally got it.
That'll do. You both got it. Gets first place. Joel gets second. It was a tight one there. Well, you just won 50 swag bucks. Well done. Congratulations. Your knowledge of Bucky's and bathroom facilities. Right on. Well, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us on this podcast. I think everyone got to know a little bit more about y'all. Got to hear some of the things, the reasons you love Deepwell, the reasons you're here. Definitely lots of faith in our team and the culture here, the boots on the ground. Everyone's glad to have met you, so that's great. Thanks again. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you next time when we get beyond the drill bits on Beneath the Surface.